Hi Gemini, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Really bright in here today. I was like, I wanted to take a hat today, and I was like, why do I want to have a hat? Maybe I do. And I'm really thankful that I took the hat today because it's really bright and sunny, and I don't want to shut the sun out because we get not that much sun here in Sweden around this time. So it's really beautiful when it's here. Gemini, this is a reading from the universe. Like I ask, what is the highest, best, most inspirational message that you can receive right now? And it's stretching for the upcoming 2 weeks, starting today on the 3rd of February, going into the 16th of February. Which means that we pass the full moon on the 9th, which is going to be in Leo. Which speaks a lot about manifestation, things coming to fruition, things coming full circle, that sort of thing. Then we have Valentine's Day, Alla hjärtans dag, on the 14th of February, which doesn't mean anything for some people and means everything to some people. I just feel like majorly there's a good energy going on that day. I'm just gonna shuffle here to wait for 3 cards to pop out. That's going to be my main story for you guys. And I'm using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. It's not a tarot reading. I'm using the images to get my own guidance going. There's a slight delay here, I see. I hope it's not on your end, but just on mine. Really annoying if it is. Yeah. I watched the halftime Super Bowl. I don't know, Swedish people might not be all that into it. Might not even know that it occurred, but it was the Super Bowl last night. Swedish time, during the night. And then we have the famous halftime, like there's an act with artists just having a beautiful... Whatever, it was Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, and I just feel like they just took it to another level. It just felt, I was having tears in my eyes, and Jennifer Lopez specifically, she just felt like, I think she's awesome, and I think that she's on top of the world. She's at the top, and she's been for such a long time for a reason. I just have not fully understood the whole, it's not that I shouldn't get myself into this. We haven't vibed, me and J-Lo, let's say. But yes, the halftime show, oh my God. I just felt this connection. I just felt this very animalistic, we're changing the world now type of energy. It was raw and fierce, and I just loved it. And I just feel that feeling. There you go. Wow. I just feel that feeling of raw power right now. It's really, really cool. Okay, I'm just gonna pause this video for 2 seconds and see if it's gonna change. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit better. I don't know. You might not have to. I hope it's not on your end. Okay, so we're starting off with what's most interesting here is that we have 2 number 8s on the table and then 1 number 2. Gemini, you're reading last time, right? But that was for love. So let's see if it's just as confusing here. Because I remember it was just everywhere. It was a lot of stories coming through, and it was a lot of different energy, and I felt really drained. I have to be honest, really drained after that reading. So let's see what's different here. So the first card out is emotional withdrawal. I don't think it's so much like being not feeling it or not being. Did you have this last time too? Because then I explained, I think it was my dog at one point that got a hold of, he's not with us anymore, Hercules. I think he got a hold of this card. Anyway, it's the number 8, and it's the number 8 that I feel really drawn to, that it's infinity, it's eternity. There's something that you're stepping into now, Gemini, that is for the long haul. Like you're starting something new, you're coming together in a way with somebody, or you're doing something on your own that is for the long haul. Like the number 8 is all about eternity. We're going to do this for eternity. And maybe you are doing it for eternity, like energy-wise, you might be around people that you've been around a gazillion times before. You meet them just again and again and again. And I feel like you're coming together, if not already, you're coming together with your soul tribe, if that makes sense. Like it means that some people might fall away. Some people, and this, I feel it could be at a switch of it could be at like you just switched over from New Year's, or with this portal. I feel like I call it portal when it's like those many numbers in alignment, when it was 2222 the other day, which was yesterday here. Something can just shift like that, it feels like, for you. And being a Gemini, and you have a lot on your plate always, I feel like you really need those inspirational incomings all the time to keep yourself happy. If there's one thing going on, you're sort of depressed. If there's 10 things going on at the same time and you feel like, oh man, I better keep a journal over this one, you're happy. But I feel like this is something that it could shift. It could be like, okay, you were friends with somebody and the day after you're not. You were living with somebody and the day after you're not. You were single one day and the day after you just, there they are. It's like instant manifestation right now. And with the full moon on the 9th, I feel like you don't even want to wait for the 9th. It's like check. It's one thing after the other is really coming into fruition now. But I feel like with this card, it is a healing card. It is a green border. We have the 8, which is infinity, eternity. It's a really powerful number. It's some significance that it's 88 here. It is that you would really benefit from being not emotionally withdrawn, like not to be excessive to your, like not to show your feelings to your friends or partner or whatever, kids, but to go into solitude every once in a while, to really just be with your own feelings, with your own thoughts, own emotions, to not have everybody else be so in it at all times. It feels like you need your own space a bit every once in a while, and take that space, take that time and get away. You don't have to necessarily go away from the house. You might just go into the bathroom and stay there for half an hour, or just take that time for yourself. I feel like this is a preparation as well. Not just that you're a Gemini and you have 10 things going and therefore you need some alone time or you need your own space. But yes, you do as well. But it's also a preparation for something. And whatever you put in the fill in the blank thing here, Gemini, whatever you've reached for lately, whatever you are aiming towards, whatever you want to see come to fruition, come to manifestation. It's a general reading, so it can be anything for anybody. So the main message here is that the thing that you're about to start to see, the thing that's going to manifest, you need to prepare yourself. It's like, okay, so if you were supposed to run the marathon, or whatever, you're gonna go on this competition, and you're gonna run a long way, or you're gonna go cycling, or you're gonna enter some sort of thing, and you have not exercised not 1 minute. That's gonna be a hell of a tough marathon, right? You want to practice so that you're well prepared. Because if you try to if you try to run at the speed that everybody else that has practiced their bodies, you might die from exhausting yourself or just being completely overwhelmed, just not having the resources that you need to run this triathlon. The marathon. I just went up there one notch. I feel like there's something that is about to happen in your life, and you need to come prepared for it. You need to be when it's here. If you haven't, and it's not like you need to go out running now, it is more gathering your emotions so that you're stable in your energy. That's what I feel like. So this could mean, I shouldn't even get into it because it can mean so many different things. And so if I say two things, the rest of you are going to go, oh, I'm not going to get my cucumber now that I wished for. That's my dreams. That's how big goals I have. I want a cucumber. Because look here, the next card is also number 8, and it's a comet. It's like a meteor, like it's a comet. It's like on the bottom it says accelerated motion. So something is picking up speed that one day looked like it wasn't here, and then the next day like what? It's here. It's here. The thing. And if you're not stable, okay, so I would compare this to us, because I see the next card out. I would compare this to a lottery win. One day you might get by, or one day you're fine. You might be financially fine, and the next day you're winning the lottery, and the lottery win is so big that and there's going to be people coming for you. There's going to be people wondering if they can have some of it, if they can loan it. Where are you going to put it? Is it safe? Like what? And if you're not prepared if you're not stable in your energy, I feel like this thing could really eat you up. It really could just be a bothersome thing rather than pure joy, a pure blessing coming into your life. Or it's something like your true soulmate connection comes in. You're a person that you've been waiting for, but you're a bit off balance. You don't really feel like yourself. You haven't done the groundwork. You haven't meditated. So you're a bit off balance. So you might not feel all that good. And here comes Mr. or Miss Comet. And their energy is unquestionable. Their energy is like rocking your foundation to the core. And if you don't feel like you match that, if you don't feel like you're worthy of that, I'm not going to say it's going to pass you by or you're going to miss it, but you're going to miss it today. You're going to miss it this week because you're not in alignment with this force of a nature. If they come in, you will just question yourself. You will wonder if you're worthy of this. You will wonder if you might not think that you walk around thinking this, but you might be really scared that something this good probably will go to hell. It probably will go south somehow. But if you've done your work, like if you really have meditated, if you're stable in your energy, if you focus on things that really brings joy and stability to your life, this sort of thing that I feel it's not even a question. You've done so much work, and so the momentum, and it says on the bottom, accelerated motion. So you probably even done something more recently to pick this up even further. It just goes really fast now with the comet coming in. It's like you see how you just look at it. Like I was just out for a walk and like, what is that in the sky? Is that coming? Oh my God, is it coming here? Is it? It's coming towards me. I better run. So it's like, and it's, again, it's an 8, and it's eternity, it's infinity, it's something that you wanted, it's a wish come true, it's a power number, and we have 2 power numbers here. We have 8, 8. So get your ducks in a row. Get your energy aligned. Sit in meditation, sing, if that makes you happy. Like whatever stabilizes you. Go out in nature. If you feel like you're really, like if you go out on the walk in nature and you come back, it's like, oh, it always brings me back to, you know, then go out on the walk in nature. That sort of thing. The last card here is spiritual union. And I feel with this spiritual union, and it's number 2. So usually the number 2, maybe you don't even see it, shines so bright here, but it really adds some effect to the card, I feel. You just see the light everywhere, and that's exactly what this is about. I was going to say the 2 for me stands for a partnership. It's a relationship coming together, and it's that kind of soulmate partnership that is just you've been waiting for it. It doesn't necessarily have to be with a person. It can be with the lottery win. It can be with the baby. It can be with you bought a piece of land, you started a business, you something that you've been working on that is really big energy wise that you want to see come to fruition is you're matching it now. It's like it's coming in, and it's always easier to say, okay, it's a relationship coming in with a person, but you can have a relationship to anything. You can have a relationship to money. You can have a relationship to a work situation. You can have a relationship to how much, you know what I mean. It's a relationship with energy, and the energy that you focused on that you want to see come to fruition, and it's coming in. It's a spiritual union. That's why it doesn't say it's a soulmate relationship. It says a spiritual union, because it's a spiritual union. It's you being in alignment with your higher self, with this full wish that is now coming in. And that's for the upcoming 2 weeks, give or take. And again, like that wasn't enough, we actually have a third 8 here. I just realized we have 888 situation. That is more power than one can bear if you don't do the meditation. If you look at that cup, oh shoot, are you not gonna see it? Maybe you just have to trust me. Maybe there's something to that too, that when I say maybe you just have to trust me, I don't know if you see it, but on the, oh maybe that was clear. On the cup there's an infinity sign again. And for me that's just another 8, or the 8 is the infinity sign. It's the union between you and another person, the person that you've been waiting for. It's a union between you and your wish. It's a union between you and your inner being, your higher self, the God force, God source. Call it what you will. It's a coming together with what you waited for, what you planned for. And it's coming like it's a wish come true. It's a shooting star. It's a shooting comet. And so be in alignment with yourself. Be it might sound fun, it might sound all exciting when this thing comes in, but if you're not up to match it, it won't be. It will be quite hard at the very beginning. Or if you miss it, I don't want to say it's going to be a missed opportunity, because then it just means you were in alignment the next week or the next week or the next week. Sooner or later, finally, it's going to happen. That's not up, whether it's going to happen or not, that's not up for questioning at all. So just let that one go. It's a question of when right now, and you're so close, Gemini, to this thing. And like I said, it has such a high speed, and it even says accelerated motion. So it has picked up momentum to the point where it's sort of going to happen whether you're in alignment with it or not. So it's rather, it is gonna happen. Where are you to receive it? how much joy and happiness and bliss and just pure, how much in it are you going to be because you've done the work of sitting in meditation or being out in nature or doing whatever brings stability and a calm energy for you. You need to do that. I love this. Isn't it awesome that you need to get yourself together so much because there's some major awesome thing that you want coming in? You need to be preparing yourself for this most beautiful, loving relationship, or you need to prepare yourself because Richard Branson is selling his whole empire to you for $1. What? And if you're not in alignment, if you don't even know who Richard Branson is, then it's lost cause here. But I'm trying to just say, get into alignment, get into balance, get your energy into balance, because what I see that you're going to attract, it is going to be more a hassle and hard work and so overwhelming, so many sleepless nights at the very beginning because it's so big that you really have actually a hard time dealing with it. It's much more fun to feel like the best thing I can describe is here, if Brad Pitt walked in here, I might want to do a bit of a meditation first so that I feel like I'm worthy. That sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? If you meet a person that has a certain energy about them, has a I probably would be a bit nervous because they're so their energy just oozes respect and like you're almost a bit scared, you know? I can't think of any other name now, but I think you know what I mean. Meditate, do what you need to do, because awesome things is about to happen. You worked on it so much, momentum picked up so much that it's going to happen whether you want it to happen or not. So get into alignment with it so that you purely, truly, authentically, joyfully can really, really, really enjoy it when it's here. Okay? I hope that helps and uplifts you guys. And I hope to see you back next week for your love reading. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys. Bye.